Here we go, killers. It's gonna be a rough time. I could feel it. So we got the July 2025 developer update ready to go. Let's slowly take a peek. The 9.1.0 update is approaching, so let's dive into the notable gameplay changes you can expect from the upcoming public test build. Plus, stay tuned for the PTB patch notes where we'll share the precise values that are changing for each of the topics below. New survivor item, Fog Vial. So survivors have received a new item, guys. So yeah, if you're new to the game, survivors could use items to benefit them in many ways. Survivors could use flashlights to blind the killers, maps to like see different stuff on the map, keys, med kits to heal, etc, etc. So survivors got a new item. I don't think they've gotten a new item in a very long time, so this is big depending on what it is. So here we go. Added a new equipable item for survivors, the Fog Vial. Its effects include using a fog vial causes a fog cloud to expand outward from the point where it was used, dissipating after a set time. Scratch marks do not spawn within a fog cloud. Audio is muffled for everyone within a fog cloud. The auras of players within a fog cloud cannot be read by other players. The fog vial has a cooldown which recharges over time once used. Added item rarities and add-ons. I'm trying to like digest this because this is, I don't think you guys understand how drastic, like how big of a change this is. This is an item we're talking about, right? So survivors are always going to be able to bring this into their matches. So I really got to like sit down and digest all of this. So survivors could use this in chase, I'm assuming, to maybe lose the killer. This kind of reminds me of the smoke bomb thing that they had in 2v8. This is kind of giving me that vibe. So survivors will be able to use this in chase maybe to throw you off, so it's hard for you to see them, hear them, and they could detach and maybe get to another tile. I don't know like how this is gonna work, how long it takes to activate, how long it takes for the fog to like traverse. All of these stuff we're gonna have to see on PTB day, but if it's instant and you could use this at Shack or a jungle gym and throw the killer off, they're gonna be able to get to another tile and you're gonna have to waste more time. This is another time waste on the survivor's end, and it doesn't, it's not like an item where you could just use it and it depletes. It has a cooldown which recharges over time once used. We don't know the time in which it takes to recharge. The Fog Vial specializes in creating confusion and breaking line of sight. When it's activated, the fog obscures your surroundings while still allowing for limited visibility within your immediate vicinity. Yeah, it's pretty much the smoke bomb. That's why I said when I was playing 2v8, guys, when you see the behavior add in certain mechanics, they're testing it out to add to the live servers. They added the smoke bomb, and I'm like, bro, this would probably be a perk, but they actually made it an item. There's also another thing that survivors had in 2v8 where they were able to rebuild pallets. I wouldn't be surprised if they add that. By moving to a single recharging use, survivors can use the fog vial multiple times per trial and don't have to be quite so precious about saving charges, letting them be more in the moment with their vial. This is mainly gonna buff Swifts. This won't really affect solo queue all that often. Maybe it'll extend chases a little bit more if you get lost and can't find them in the fog. But Swifts are gonna get a massive buff from this. If you're chasing a survivor who's death hook, yo, I'm about to go down, yo, body block from me, body block. A guy comes in, takes the hit, they whip this down, and then that survivor you're trying to find who's death hook, you won't be able to find them because of the fog. And now they could hide, they could heal, and you won't see them for the rest of the game. You might lose a match because of that. But guys, I just noticed it's an item, right? What perk do I love to use on the granny? What perk do I love to use, guys? Franklin's. If you don't want to deal with this, you might want to slap on Franklin's, because I just saw that keys are getting a buff and maps are getting a buff, I believe, as well. So what if they nerf Franklin's so that survivors could get as much value with this as possible? Keys. So yeah, keys before, like, back in the day, survivors were able to open hatch and all survivors were able to escape. And then they nerfed it to where now it was only mainly used to see auras with the blood amber add-on. So let's see what they're gonna do for the keys. Adjusted the use for this item to cover the following. Channel the key to consume 1 charge and reveal survivor auras for a limited time. Okay, this is to help with maybe solo queues, so you can see what your teammates are doing. Maybe if a survivor is on the hook and you don't know if someone's going for a unhook and you're on a gen, maybe you use the key for a little bit and you can see, oh, maybe a teammate's going for the unhook, so I could stay on my gen. When near a closed hatch, consume 1 charge to unlock it. Okay, keys could still open hatch. Consume 1 charge to quickly unlock a chest and gain an item of rarity or higher. Once a chest has been unlocked with the key, it is revealed to nearby survivors. Can be rummaged in by one other survivor to gain an additional item of rarity or higher. Adjusted the effects of individual item rarities and several add-ons. I think this is mainly to maybe make solo queue a little bit better. Chests weren't used all that often, so I guess they're just implementing a kit to help out with the chest mechanic. Maps. Channel the map to consume 1 charge and reveal nearby pallets and vault auras. Hold up. Let me rewind. Hold up. Channel the map to consume 1 charge and reveal nearby pallets and vault areas to yourself for a limited time. Bro, they made windows of opportunity into a damn item. So now we freed up another perk slot for survivors. You guys know that Windows is one of the most used perks, right? Does this show you every single pallet on the map, though? Nearby pallets. It doesn't specify the range. But still, like, I'm assuming they'll add add-ons to increase the range of the aura reading. Bro, so they just freed up another perk slot for survivors. Wow. And vault auras to yourself for a limited time. So you can see window vaults as well. I don't think Windows did that. It was only for pallets, so that's quite interesting. Okay. While auras are revealed, press the use item button again to create a beam of light only visible to survivors, revealing the auras of generators within the beam's range to all survivors. Okay, I thought it was gonna say reveal the aura of all pallets to survivors. I was gonna say, like, bro. So you could show survivors where gens are. Sure. Adjusted the effects of individuals' item rarities and several add-ons. They're freeing up survivor perk slots to where they don't have to run certain perks. It's gonna give them more wiggle room to slap in more perks in their build because they just made a meta perk into an item. Yeah, the range will definitely change with add-ons, for sure. I guarantee you there's going to be a range add-on, no question. Preset improvements. Increase total number of character customization presets to 7. Increase total number of loadout presets to 7. Added the ability to change preset names. Okay, this is just some quality of life stuff. Keyboard and mouse on console. Added mouse and keyboard support on the following console platforms: PlayStation 4, PS5, Xbox. Okay. Custom match improvements. Added hotkey inputs to custom games. Spectating to switch to the killer's perspective. Added spectator hotkeys. Representation next to players' portraits to improve usability. Added the option to toggle spectator hotkeys visibility and adjusted them in the input binding menu. Added a visual indicator to show spectators who they are viewing, shows dead survivor icon. Okay, so some quality of life changes for custom matches. Killer updates. Oh no, bro, I swear to God, I said it in a stream. I hope it's not what I think it is. I said in a stream like a while back, I'm like, what if behavior makes it where the executioner's cage counts as a hook so that survivors who get unhooked from the cage will be able to use their hooked perks like decisive strike, off the record. Let's see. Or are they gonna buff them? Let's see. I could be wrong, but increased punishment of the dam's range. Okay, the most used add-on for Pyramid Head was the range add-on, so they just made it base kit. Increased the duration of Rites of Judgment's trail drawing and trail lifetime, so when you draw a trail, it stays on the ground longer. Decreased Rites of Judgment's movement speed. So I believe that's when you're like drawing your blade in the ground, you move a bit slower. Interesting. So, that might give survivors maybe more wiggle room. Oh, hold up. This is to prevent zoning, I think. This is to prevent zoning right here. If you slam your sword in the ground, the survivors will not vault the window or drop the pallet because they know they'll get hit by the ranged ability. And if they don't vault it, you just cancel your power and you follow up with the M1. It's going to give the survivor more distance to maybe get to a pallet. Added haste and endurance effects to survivors saved from a cage. Oh my god. Bro, I knew it. I knew it, bro. Added input buffering to transition from punishment of the damned to rites of judgment. Begin caging or killing a survivor when the prompt is available. So, Pyramid Head nerf. Clown. Increased movement speed while reloading bottles. Decreased bottle reload time. Adjusted the effects of yellow bottles. Increased haste effect. Increase the distance and speed that smoke spreads to. Increased activation speed. Adjusted the effects of purple bottles. Decreased hindered effect. Decreased how long the hindered effect lingers after leaving smoke. So they buff the speed aspect to Clown, but nerf the slow part to his bottles. Added input buffering to charging a bottle throw, reloading bottles, and adjusted several add-ons. It's iffy. Like, it depends on like how good the speed stuff is. If it's gonna compensate for the nerf in the slow bottles, sure. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to see on PTB day. Next, the Knight. Increase maximum patrol path length. Yeah, everyone was using call to arms to get the extra distance on his guard. Increase path drawing speed, acceleration, and strafe speed. The Carnifex standard spawn is slower. Carnifex is the one you use to break pallets. So if it comes out slower, that means it'll take you longer to immediately break the pallet? Or does that mean when you bring him out to patrol? I think that's what it means, when you use him to patrol. The Assassin and Jailer standard spawn quicker. Added input buffering to drawing a patrol path, adjusted call to arms. Okay, I think this is an overall buff for him. Pig! Nerf to pig! Everyone's been saying nerf the piggy, bro! Alright, let's see. Increased crouch movement speed. Nice buff. Increased speed of crouching and uncrouching. Buff. Increased the speed at which the terror radius fades when crouching. Buff. Increase ambush movement speed. Buff. Yes, we know we buff Pig outside of her traps, her ability. Yeah, her chase needs to be better, man. Her chase is really weak. The major issue with Pig's anti-loop is that by the time you crouch, a survivor will just run to another tile. They're not gonna give you the opportunity to charge your ability up and hit them. I guess it depends on the loop, but a lot of the time survivors just leave. When they see you lower yourself to the ground, they detach. So this might make it better. Perk updates. Updated any means necessary. Appraisal. Better together. Built to last. Deja vu. Detective's hunch. Potential energy, which is a gen rush perk. This perk isn't used, so I'm assuming it's gonna get a buff. So another gen rush perk getting a buff. So gens go even faster than they already do. Still sight. Streetwise makes your items last longer. Oh, they're adding this because they're adding the new items. So they want the items to last longer, I guess. I don't know. Killer perks. Minor updates. Dragon's Grit. Do you see this? This is exactly what I just said in the beginning. They're gonna be adding these items. They're gonna be buffing these items. And they're gonna nerf Franklin's, bro. I doubt this is getting a buff. Because survivors are gonna complain that killers are bringing in Franklins to counter their new item stuff. Oh my god, bro. Wow. That's crazy, man. Anyways, we got Hubris. This is when you get stunned, the survivor gets exposed. They're buffing that because killers don't use it. Insidious. Yeah, that's getting buffed. Reworked Overwhelming Presence. I don't even know what perk that is, bro. And Hangman's Trick. And that's it.